Right, today for the Fiesta we're going to fit a Turbosmart boost gauge. This should come with a fitting kit. I'll open it up and have a look in a second, and hopefully it's not going to take too long just to see what boost we're running, because I've no idea. So we have our boost gauge there. It's a 2-bar boost gauge. I prefer bar to PSI. Some people maybe prefer PSI, but I prefer bar, so that's what that is. That's that. There is a ring in there which goes in the heater vent, and a little sun shield thing, and the bits and pieces to fit it, a T-piece, which I don't think I need a T-piece, and we have this here which is the all-important manifold adapter, and then a piece of vacuum hose to fit it in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the heater vent. I'm going to mount the gauge up to that little ring there, and I'm going to look at how to wire it up, because it's only, it'll just be like normal, it just needs a power and an earth, so hopefully I'll find a power and an earth somewhere there. I've got some wire if I need to extend that earth, so that's not really a problem. And then I will attach the vacuum hose to it and find a place to run that through into the engine bay, and then that'll be the inside of the car done. Then all I've got to do is attach this, attach that to that, and then test it. That's it. Sounds dead easy, doesn't it? Right, so the gauge is going to mount in there, so as you're driving, boost is off over there. I mean, to be honest, where I'm sat, it's probably going to be kind of behind the steering wheel a little bit, but I'll be able to see the top edge of it, so it's not too bad. So we need to remove this, which hopefully is not too difficult. Is it just a pull-out one, or is it a fancy one that normally just... So if you look there, you've actually got, there's 3 sort of slots there, one there, one there, and one there, and that is kind of how this thing here is sort of stuck in, sort of. It's it kind of grips onto there and there, and it just sort of sticks in. But you can just kind of, I mean, I basically just got my hands in to the vent and pulled it by push, and then pushed a screwdriver down the side, and it just popped out eventually. So it removed itself. It was a bit annoying, but then that there is going to give us our hole for our boost gauge. This boost gauge actually has a little, the ring that goes around the outside, actually, that's an Eminem song, isn't it? Has a little gap in it, so the air would still get out, so you can still use this heater vent as a vent, which is cool. The problem is, where do I get my wiring in and my piping? I don't know that bit yet. Do I need to remove this bit as well first, and then maybe need to remove this piece as well, and then have a look behind that, because I might need to make a little hole or something. Right, so this here, that's the surround that the gauge goes in, and then that's going to fit into there like that, and then that's going to fit over the top, and it should hold it all in place. So then it'll look like the air vent did. That's the theory anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this gauge mounted up onto that, which basically is straightforward. It's attaching that there to there, and that'll just pinch that on there and press it into place. And there is some nuts there and washers, so we'll get that attached properly there like that, and that'll push that into that ring, so that keeps that secure. And then all we need to do is mount it into there, and then put that on it, and hopefully with a bit of luck, if I haven't got it square or how I want it, I can just ever so slightly turn it, maybe. That's the theory. Right, so the next thing we need to remove is we need to remove the headlight switch, because this is hopefully where we're going to find wiring. There's definitely going to be an ignition live source behind there anyway, and there might be something I can use to mount an earth to. So this will be the first thing that we remove. It's going to be clipped in, and you can't get to it from there, so I'm going to try and get to it from where the OBD port is, which I might be able to get my hand up, and we'll see if I can feel anything that sort of pushes it out. Right, so I've ended up removing this end piece of the dashboard there, which is just, you can see the clips on it there. Just used a screwdriver and prised it off. Removed the rubber from the side first, so that's going to give us a little bit of access in there for when I need to like run the wires or do the piping, so I can get in there now. And I've also removed the OBD2 port, which so I've unplugged the plug from the socket, from the port which is in that piece there, and then there's just one Torx bit that holds it in at the top, and it just pulls out because it's sort of just clipped in at the bottom there as well. Where's them clips? Them 2 clips there at the bottom of there. So yeah, so you just pull against those 2 clips there, and that's that one, so that's out. So now I've got loads of space around here to see what I'm doing. I should now hopefully be able to get to that from this side here to remove it. I'm not sure how to remove that yet, but I'll definitely get my hand in there a lot easier now, so we'll see now how we do it. Hopefully it's just clipped in. Yeah, so that's the thing there that holds it in place. See, to squeeze that, see it's got little like ridges on it there, if you can see. Them bits there, basically they keep gripping. See, you really need to force it down as far as you can. You can't really see it, but if you can get a screwdriver in and push it from the top, it'll probably help it. But so that's now out. We now need to remove the plug from it, which will be a two-hand operation. Oh no, maybe get it one hand. Yeah, there we go. So that's now removed. So now I can get into everything that I need to get into. If you look there where my finger is, I've actually cut a hole in the plastic pipe that's the heater pipe, so that I can run the wires and the vacuum pipe back through there. Once I've got them through, I'll just run a bit of duct tape around it and half seal it back up. It's not really going to matter too much because obviously it's blowing air out anyway, so whatever, it's fine. But that's what I'll do with that. I believe in this plug here, where we at? That plug, where's the plug gone? This plug here, there is an ignition live source, so I'm going to probe that and check it. There's obviously going to be an ignition live source because for the lights, and I'm pretty much going to use that one there for the earth. So once I've run the wires down, I can chop the earth on straight forward, and then with a bit of luck I should be able to get whichever one of those is the ignition live for the lights, because that'd be dead easy. And then that'd be the wiring done and the vacuum run, and then the vacuum just needs to go to the engine bay. Cool. So we have the vacuum hose pushed through, and it comes out around the strut top. So it comes out kind of around there near your brake cylinder, just kind of underneath it. This is it here, because that's where if you look along your strut top, you can actually see that's where your bonnet cable runs. So it'll come out near there, and it pushes itself up into that corner. Well, mine did anyway. And all we need to do with that is basically it needs to run to this here. So the next thing to do is remove this and take the plug off it first, and then we put our new piece in, which is just an adapter. And then we put our vacuum hose on, and then we are ready to go and boost. Right, so this is your adapter there at the bottom, and that's the original map sensor there attached to it. The bolt that comes with it attaches the map sensor to it, and then you will use the original bolt to bolt that back down. But before you do anything, make sure you've tightened up that takeoff and that takeoff, because they're both loose on mine. So I need to nip those up before I do it, and then simply put that back in. Put your vacuum hose onto that end, plug it back in, zip tie your vacuum hose up a little bit in the engine bay if you want to, I will, and then put the cover back on, and then we are completed. Everything is done. Ford ST has a boost gauge. So yeah, there we go, all lit up, ready for boost. Let's start it up and make sure it drops. It should drop to minus, and we do. So we're now working. Excellent.